Who's ready to see me sweat? Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Squid Game Season 2, or Squid Game 2, whatever you want to call it, is here. It's been doing the rounds for a couple of days now. It hit Netflix on Boxing Day. Now, as some of you may know, a few weeks ago, I was in Seoul in beautiful South Korea for the premiere of Season 2. We got to see the first episode, and then a few months prior, I was back in Seoul. I went to Seoul for the first time, actually, for some Squid Game stuff. Spoiler alert, it wasn't for Season 2. Let me put it that way. And let me just say this as well. This review is going to have spoilers, plot points peppered throughout. So just in case you have been warned. Now, when it came to Season 1 of Squid Game, it was a total surprise to me. Like, everyone had recommended it, and I thought I'd better check this out. And it was such lightning in a bottle. I'd never seen anything like it. The twists, the turns, the cliffhangers, it was great. And essentially, when it all came down to it, it was just rich people getting bored and wanting to put these people through the ringer who owe a lot of money for sport. It's great. And at the very end, when we see Sung Ji-hoon about to get on the plane, go see his daughter, and he's on the phone to the front man, and he turns around and heads back as if he's going to go back on the island or find them and take them down. I thought, okay, if they were just going to say this is Season 1, this is the only one, this is one and done, I'd be very, very happy with that. And so much so, when I was in Korea a few weeks ago, they had a Q&A with the cast and the creator/director, and he essentially said, I was pretty happy with Season 1. I essentially just wanted to do it as a one and done. And I think it's one of those things where, much like Joker Folie à Deux with Todd Phillips and Warner Brothers, they said, we don't care if you have nothing left in the tank or nothing else to tell in terms of a story. We're going to throw all this money at you, and we want a sequel, or in this case, a Season 2/Season 3. Now, I think it's one of those things where to try and recapture that lightning in a bottle is one thing. And in the case of Season 2, it tries to. It really tries to. I think this is the best follow-up we could get in terms of what came before it in Season 1 and just how good it was and how engrossing it was. But at some points throughout Season 2 where it just misses the mark and it just has this lull at times, specifically in the middle. There are 7 episodes in total. Now, once again, we're delving into a few spoilers and a few plot points, so it definitely leaves you on a cliffhanger and it's setting up for Season 3. And I'll get to my thoughts on what I want to see in Season 3 at the end of the video. But what I loved about Season 2 was the stuff that took place outside of the games. The first 2 episodes, they're not even in the games yet. Song Ji-hoon isn't even back in the game yet. Obviously, he wants to go back in there and take down the whole organization, everything around it, and just destroy what's on that island and what they've done to people who are in times of need. But again, going back to episodes 1 and 2, they were great. I love the fact that he is a multi-millionaire from winning the games in Season 1. And he chooses to spend his days in a shithouse flea pit motel whilst he pays goons to troll the subway system of Seoul to try and find the recruiter from Season 1. That is his lead. That will get him back to the island to try and figure out what's going on and take them all down. We also see the return of Hwang Jun-ho, and I really hope I'm pronouncing these names correctly, guys, so forgive me if I do mispronounce anything here and there, who returns as the cop who we see was shot at the end of Season 1 by his brother, aka the frontman. So I love that we have these 2 characters trying to find out what's going on, but in their separate ways, and at one point they cross paths in Episode 1, and then Episode 1 leaves on an absolute banger of a cliffhanger, and then Episode 2 we see them reunite and slowly make their way back to the island and into the game. So forcing himself back into the game to figure out what's going on and also warn the new contestants about what to expect. Now, we do see the reintroduction of Red Light, Green Light, a few other games. In terms of the games in Season 2, they didn't feel as entertaining as the games in Season 1 and not as brutal. I know it's one of those things where it's not for everyone in terms of the violence and stuff like that, but to me, the games in Season 2 just didn't pack a punch like the games in Season 1. Like, case in point, the game of marbles in Season 1, so simple, but because of the editing, the music choices, the way they've framed everything, the tension was so well done, whereas the tension with the games in Season 2 kind of missed the mark. And I mentioned before, there's a bit of a lull in the middle of Season 2 with our 7 episodes. And a lot of it comes down just to the banter of the characters plotting, scheming, and trying to fabricate a plan. And that's all well and good. But if it's stretched out over 3 episodes, it gets a little repetitive. And then when it leads up to Episode 7, when they finally make their way out, it's pretty damn entertaining, and the momentum comes back once again. And like I said, it leaves on a cliffhanger and it sets up for season 3. Now, in terms of season 3, I honestly think they should just do a movie-length episode, like a feature-length episode to wrap everything up. I feel like there's no more story to tell over, say, several episodes. You could wrap this up in an hour and a half. Easily get all your answers, still leave a few answers to be, left up in the air. Now, in terms of the acting on a whole, performances are fantastic. Much like season 1, you've got some wonderful performers in here. Now, I love the fact that they also include one of the contestants is like a crypto bro slash former YouTuber who's on the run, who ripped off his audience. You've got like a wannabe rapper. You've got a lady in there that is pregnant as well. So again, a new cast of characters where just shit is going awry. So guys, overall, Squid Game Season 2, like I said, whatever the hell you want to call it, I don't think it recaptures that lightning in the bottle. I don't think you ever could recapture that lightning in a bottle from Season 1. No matter how on point the writing is, I think because Season 1 was such a surprise, it shocked you. It left you on cliffhangers you'd never seen before. And I think it's a bit of a rinse and repeat situation with Season 2. Whilst it's still damn entertaining, it just still didn't pack that punch that Season 1 had. Again, I think this is the best follow-up we could get to something like Season 1. I'm very intrigued to see where they go with Season 3. Like I said, I think they could totally do it with 1 or 2 episodes or just a feature-length wrap-up episode and call it a day. It's in the can. You don't need to milk this or extend this anymore, and I feel like the creator feels the same as well. Favorite would have to be the first 2 episodes, and like I said, they're not even in the game yet. It's just trying to figure out what's going on, who's behind all this, where is the island, where is it located. I love stuff like that, trying to get answers. Now, they're saying that Season 3 comes out in 2025 in a couple of months, and that makes sense with our NDAs and all that shit. That's all I'll say. So it's going to be very interesting to see where it goes from here. There is a post-credit sequence at the end of episode 7, or mid-credit sequence, and it literally goes for like 5 seconds, I kid you not. And it was one of those things where it's like, what? So whilst it's still damn entertaining, unfortunately it doesn't quite live up to the expectations of Season 1's. I don't think it ever would. Regardless of that, I'm going to be giving Squid Game Season 2 3.5 mushed bread rolls out of 5. That fucking recruiter. So guys, if you have seen Season 2 of Squid Game, drop a comment below, let me know your thoughts, but also, what do you want to see in Season 3? Again, they don't need to milk this anymore. Wrap it up in a couple of episodes and call it a day. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.